And of course, as we all know, the bomb goes off. Oliver gets stranded on the island, and Sarah ends up on the freighter with Dr. Ivo, and the rest is history. Now, this is actually an example of like one of these CW mandated love triangle relationship bullshit drama stuff actually working and actually serving the story because it actually shows Oliver's progression and character development. You know, seeing him start off at this place where he's really kind of immature, and we all know this guy. We all know this guy who is in a relationship, is in a committed relationship, who also has the side chick, and or at the very least has aspirations for getting the side chick. We all know that prick. We all know him. We all know that asshole. And it shows you how far he's come, where he's this immature, prickish guy, questionable morals, and then he goes on this island and, well, probably still has questionable morals because he turns a psychopath that kills, but a lot more mature at the very least, anyway, for all the shit he goes through on that island. So, anywho, season one, Oliver shows back up in Starling City. You know, of course, Laurel finds out, and you know, you know, rightfully so, she's still hurt by what happened. You know, because of Oliver screwing around with her sister behind her back and all that, and her father, Detective Lance, there even goes so far as to blame Oliver for Sarah's death because if it wasn't for Oliver, she wouldn't be on the yacht. And you know, if Oliver wasn't like, I guess the idea is that he shouldn't even been around Sarah anyway because he was dating Laurel. You know, that kind of thing, right? So there's a lot of drama associated with that. We see that play out in the first season. Then second season happens. Sarah is revealed to be alive, and she shows back up in Starling City. And Laurel, she's in the midst of her big fucking drug phase. She's acting like a huge sea bag, and blames Sarah for ruining her life, and is still jealous and hurt about what happened between her and Oliver and all that stuff all those years ago. So there's still a lot of animosity between the two sisters there. And eventually, of course, Laurel, I talked about this, about how she gets cleaned up, and she forgives her and all that stuff. But of course, so remember the whole sadistic choice thing about how uh, Oliver had to choose between Shadow and Sarah. So you were always thinking, well, probably part of Slade's big master plan to screw with Oliver, he's probably gonna make Oliver do the sadistic choice thing again. Probably. So of course, the big payoff to the storyline here, of course, is now Slade is gonna put Oliver in the situation where, just like way back in what before boarding on that yacht with his dad, it's like he pretty much chose, like kind of figuratively chose Sarah over Laurel. So again, just even more sadistic, crazy context, Slade is gonna make Oliver choose between Sarah and Laurel, but now Oliver is gonna have to choose which one lives and which one dies. This is gonna really screw with the motherfucker now. This is gonna bring up all those fucking feelings of guilt and remorse and all that other stuff. This is gonna really fuck with Oliver, making him do the sadistic choice thing again. Not only, it's not only doing the sadistic choice thing again, but also the whole added layer of the whole thing about how he chose Sarah over Laurel, and Laurel does not like it, and she's jealous, and she feels she was wronged, and all the guilt and Detective Lance and all the drama associated with that. So Slade's gonna make Oliver choose between Laurel and Sara. Oh wait, that didn't happen. That's not what happened. Because that's something someone who wasn't a fucking idiot would have wrote. Of course that's what you would have done. That would have been the natural payoff for that storyline. You would have took the sadistic choice thing, and then you would have combined it with the Oliver choosing Sara over Laurel thing. But what did we get instead? Oh, it was Moira and Thea that fucking Oliver had to choose between. What the fuck, guys? I hate to do this to you guys again. But, really, guys, I think it's well deserved here. How did you fuck that up? How? It's like you guys wrote it. You wrote it that way. That was the payoff. That was the payoff. Why didn't you do the payoff? And I think the idea was that if you watch the episode, it's the episode mainly focuses on Roy, and he's on his Roy rage, and he's all fucked up on Mirror Crew. He's causing all kinds of chaos, and it's like they kind of intentionally did this thing where they don't really talk. Like maybe they talk about Slade a little bit, but you never actually see him in the episode or anything. So he's not really much of a presence, and Moira, Thea, and Oliver are in Moira's limo, and then suddenly out of nowhere, a fucking vehicle hits the limo. Cut the commercial break, come back from commercial break, Oliver's all tied up, and then Slade's there, and he's forcing Oliver to choose between Moira and Thea. And I suppose the idea was that, okay, it was supposed to be a surprise. Right, because you weren't supposed to be thinking about Slade at that point, and then out of nowhere, here comes Slade. Okay, sadistic choice time. Okay, so what they should have done, if they still wanted to keep the surprise element, right? In the previous episode, what they should have did was the Sara Laurel thing, choice thing. But then let's say like Diggle and Roy show up or something, and Slade gets scared off, live to fight another day kind of thing. But then as a surprise, the next episode he does it again. But this time he settles for Thea and Moira. Because that would show how relentless Slade is. That he's got to insist, he's got to do this symbolic thing because Shadow got killed with this in the context of the sadistic choice thing, and Oliver made the wrong choice. Okay, I'm going to put him through that hell again. I'm going to insist that this gets done. Maybe it won't screw up his mind as much as having him choose between these two sisters who he loves, but he'll settle for the mom and sister. That's what you guys should have did. And, I said, a lot of the problems in the show are in season 3. Hey, I had problems with the first 2 seasons too, guys. See here, I'm freely admitting it. This is something that you totally dropped the ball on. But you know what though? The rest of those first 2 seasons, they're so good. I was willing to give them a pass on this. It just boggles my mind. Why didn't they do that? That was the payoff to the storyline. The storyline you're building up since the first season. Why'd you fuck it up like that? It seems so obvious. I'm not even a fucking writer. What were you guys thinking? Oh, jeez. So in my revised version of how we would have handled all this, so like I said, like it's we would play it as though it was. Slade's not blaming Oliver for the decision he made. So in the present day, when he makes Oliver do the sadistic choice thing, it would just be to really just screw with him. Because Slade would know that really, made Oliver really guilt-ridden shit. That he would do it again just to fuck with him. Put him in that situation again just to fuck with him. It's not really so much about, you chose Sara over Shadow and you made the wrong choice and you got Shadow killed. Forget all that. That's just making it way more convoluted and muddies it up way more than it should have to. And of course, my revised version of what we would do with Slade and all that. Like I said, you would parallel the fight they have in uh, the flashbacks with what's going on in present day. So what's going on in the flashbacks is Oliver's turning into a psychopath killer, and he's really becoming. I guess I know this term's overused, but he's becoming more of like an anti-hero. He's not really a hero, though. He's fighting bad guys, but he's going about all wrong. He's not a hero, right? And that's the journey for him in the present day. Yeah, he's the Arrow. He's the guy with all the abilities, but he doesn't have the mentality. He doesn't carry himself as a hero. He doesn't act like a hero. That's what his journey is in the present day. So yeah. So it's in the flashbacks. It's the peak of him at his most psychopathic, where he's just killing Slade, this guy who he had formed this brotherly bond with and everything, and the whole situation just gets so out of hand, and just Oliver and Slade just get in this life or death battle, and Oliver wins, and he thinks he kills Slade, because now he's all right with killing whoever crosses me. I'm gonna kill him, because that's what Amanda Waller taught me and all that stuff. And but we're gonna parallel that in the present day, where after this journey he's gone on, this 5-year journey of being the Arrow and learning how to become a better hero, he's gonna fight the vengeful Slade Deathstroke now. But he's not going to kill Slade because he's a hero now. He's better than that. And this is going to show his evolution as a hero. And this is going to be his big final climatic battle. The proclamation now that he is Green Arrow, that he is a hero, that he's learned everything he needs to. He's learned all the skills. He has the morality of a hero. He has the moral compass of a hero. He has, like I said, the fighting skills. He has everything he needs now. He has the costume. He has the technology. He has his team behind him. Everything. I am Green Arrow. Singing from the rooftops with the heroic music and the voiceover. I am Green Arrow. That would have been the perfect ending to that 5-year origin. Perfect ending. That would have been a nice little period on the whole thing. And then going forward, he can be Green Arrow. He can fight Count Vertigo and Merlin and do all his Green Arrow-y stuff. But we got our nice 5-year origin story of Green Arrow, and I guess it's 10-year origin story if you count the 5 years of flashbacks. And yeah, that's how I would have done it. And that would have had to come from a place of long-term planning, which I don't think these guys had. Instead, the Slade Wilson Deathstroke versus Oliver Queen Green Arrow thing, they paid it off too early. They paid it off in the second season, and that whole villain reveal again. That villain reveal. Imagine that. 5th season of the show, midway through. And you find out it was Slade. Slade's the big bad guy that season. Mind-blowing. It would be fucking mind-blowing. But no, they wanted to go for the early hot-shotting. Again, the hot-shotting of these storylines. They had no reason to. No reason to. Arrow was already a good show. It was the best superhero show on TV at the time, easily, hands down. They were kicking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s ass. Why? Why'd you screw up that storyline? Save it for the end. And that could have been the exclamation point on your 5-year origin. Everything would have been full circle. It would have been awesome. It just baffles me, guys. Why? Anyway, okay. So, yeah, that's it on that. So, next video, we'll be wrapping this bad boy up, finally.